Welcome in and thanks for joining today Clarkio. Welcome in and thanks for joining today Stream Elements. Welcome in and thanks for joining today Clarkio. Welcome in and thanks for joining today SMC_May_I. Welcome in and thanks for joining today Zian08. The ad is starting now and will go for 180 seconds.
Checkity check, don't talk back.
Welcome in and thanks for joining today SMC Mai. Welcome in and thanks for joining today Olive Osteros. Welcome in and thanks for joining today Rob Matt.
Do it! Yesterday you said tomorrow, so just do it! Make your dreams come true! Nothing is impossible! No, what are you waiting for? Do it! Just do it! Yes, you can!
All right. Are we ready to get this party started? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Stream frozen for me. Refresh, fix that. Must be something important. Worker. What are we talking about? I think Clarky left us alone. I did. But I mostly read code. I am behind on my self-appointed reading challenge for this year. You can catch up, May. You got plenty of time. Good to see you. Ayo, Clarkio, I'm using the skill.sh mpx thing and it mentions sneak for skill. Heck yeah, it does. That's good to hear, Olaf. Do it. FYI, music and bot talking is very low. Okay, thanks, May. All right, I'm all caught up on the chat there. Your body is ready. Okay, okay. Okay. Scooby-Dooby-Doo. Where are you? What are you looking at over there? Oh, he's here. It is silly dance time. Music is low? It's like sometimes it's too high, sometimes it's too low. I can't get it right. Crank it. Crank it up. Claps in chat. Little clap. Upward stairs. I like that emote, rug, Matt. I like that we're losing people right now. We've lost 2 viewers. They can't handle it. It's too much. It's too much for them. But you stayed. Thank you. It really does make me laugh. People are like, oh gosh, I can't watch this. Oh, what's up, Frankberg? Frankberg, good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome in, welcome to the Clarkio Shenanigans Show. I'm your host, Clarkio, right here every week on Friday. at 12:30 p.m. ish here on twitch.tv/ClarkIO and youtube.com/ClarkIO. Boom, 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 boom. This guitar thing like makes me think of Red Hot Chili Peppers a little bit. I'm your host, Clarkio. How do I start this off normally? I'm blanking. It's been a week, chat. It's been a week. And I have off all next week, which is nice. The whole company has off next week. But we have some bad news and good news. Some losses and some wins this week to get into. Speaking of, if you're new here or you've been here before, here's a quick reminder of what you can expect from the Clarkio Shenanigans Show. We start off just chatting like this. We talk about wins of the week. If you don't know what that is, type in !WOTW in the chat to learn more about that. Then we get into our dailies, the things that are like daily games like Wordle, Connections, now Poople. That's a good one. And then we get into the technical segment of the show. It's still, you don't even hear the guitar? Turn your volume up. Put me on blast. The technical portion of the show, we've been working on waspplus.com and the chatbot that goes along with that. If you're not familiar with it, there's a game that streamers play called Words on Stream. It is a lot of fun if you like playing word games. And I built a tool to like enhance the overall experience for that, to make it a bit better and more inviting and more helpful for beginners and experienced, really good players, skilled players at the game. So if any are all that interested, I hope you stick around and hang out with us for whatever you're interested in there. If not, I hope you have a good rest of your Friday and weekend, and maybe we'll see you in a future stream. Okay? Your volume is always at the max. Okay, thank you, May. Appreciate that. With that, let's get into wins of the week. Thank you, Olav. I see you dropped the win of the week in the chat already. Before I get into your wins though, folks, so keep them coming. I want to hear them. I want to see them. I need to have some news that could impact the stream actually. So at my job, speaking of my job, shout out to them, Snyk, SNYK, that is. You can check us out at snyk.io, snyk.io. It's an AI security company. And hashtag not sponsored, not an ad, not endorsed or anything like that, but thankful for my leadership affording me the time on Friday afternoons to stream like this and keep my skills up. That said, we unfortunately had layoffs this week. So that was a real bummer. The positive of that is that I didn't get impacted, but still it's negative because there were people that were on my team that got impacted. So I'm really, really bummed out about that. It's also like there's a lot going on. Like we're reorging. There's a lot of changes that are happening. We'll have more about. We're gonna learn more about that when we get back from this break. This we call it a recharge week. That the whole company, mostly the whole company. I mean, some people have certain obligations and things that they had planned that they're not going to be taking. But like majority of the company is off next week. It's a thing that we do, which is one of the benefits and perks of working at the company, which I'm grateful for. So when we get back is when we're going to be having more stuff more meetings and whatnot to figure out the direction of things. But like, yeah, a lot's changing basically. And with that, it could impact my schedule and like what I'm doing and focusing on. I kind of hinted at this on last Friday. I hinted at this, hinted at the change of schedule and change of what I'm doing happening, potentially coming last Friday stream. I didn't know layoffs were coming. I kind of had a feeling that might be the case, but it was like a slight feeling. And so this kind of, this scared the doo-doo out of me when the whole thing happened. The whole thing went down and was announced. Yeah. Not a fun thing to experience, even if you're, whether you're impacted or not. So definitely was scary. Definitely, I don't know what I can and cannot share. So that's why I'm like, just keeping it, as transparent as I possibly can about everything. But, yeah, I saw the message come through. It was during off hours. I ran down to my office here to check my work laptop to see if I had, because basically the message is like, hey, here's what's going on. If you're impacted, you'll get an email from the HR team. And so I was like, shoot, let me go check my email, you know? And thankfully I saw the email that said I was not impacted. So I was like, my adrenaline was rushing. I'll tell you that much when it was going down. So yeah. And then I didn't know who else was impacted or anything at the time. I had to wait until the next day to like learn more about that. And yeah, a few people directly on my team and around and on the teams that I work with were impacted with that. So it was very, very sad. So it's a loss of the week. The kind of win is that I'm employed and I wasn't impacted. So I'm grateful for that. But it definitely rocked everybody's world this week. And so like morale is down. And there's a lot of uncertainty, you know, but we'll find out more in the coming weeks and see where things take us. And so one of the reasons I'm sharing it with you all is obviously I share wins of the week and all that stuff with you. So it is a win that I still have a job. But also because, like I said, it's likely there is a chance it could impact my schedule, my weekly schedule, and me being able to stream on the channel. So we'll see what comes of that. I'll know more in the coming weeks. I am planning to stream on next Friday, even though I'm off, because I'm just staying around getting stuff done around the house and whatnot. And what else did I want to say on this? I think that's about it. Yeah. I feel like there's a lot of stuff kind of like going out and about that are at least in the security space in our industry that have like been reporting on this news, and that they're saying things like, you know, the typical stuff. Everybody's like, oh, is it AI? It's like, from everything I'm gathering, it is not AI that's the impact of this. It's that like we have an interim CEO. I think I mentioned to you all earlier in the year that our previous CEO was stepping down, and then he fully stepped down. Like he's still on our board, but he fully stepped down out of the CEO role like a couple months ago, I want to say. And then in the meantime, we've had our CFO stepped in as the interim CEO, and yeah, and you know, he's been with the company like for the CFO guy. He's a really nice guy. He seems like a really nice guy. I have not met him or had any interaction with him personally, but he's stepped in, and you know, he's a CFO, and I'm guessing, you know, with him having that kind of perspective on things, that he's looking at numbers and he's like, this is what we got to do. We have to cut on our expenses here for what we're looking to do moving forward. So and you can see his public message, which talks about that more in detail on the Sneak blog post. So I nominate SMC May as CEO. Thanks, Workout. That sounds great. Thanks for the vote of confidence, says May. So yeah, it was definitely a rough week. I'm like feeling like I'm not feeling too down, but I'm also not feeling too up type of thing. You know what I mean? Like I'm in the middle somewhere. When it was all going down, I was definitely feeling down. I mean, there was a sense of relief that I wasn't impacted, but you know, there's also that like survivor's guilt. And on top of that too, chat, like it's like every year for the past several years, whether it's the company I'm at or other companies within the industry, they're just constantly laying off, having these announcements of layoffs. And I'm getting kind of worn out from all that, you know? I'm worn out. I'm kind of tired of it. I'm tired of like worrying about that. But there's like, you know, like glass half full situation, like at least I know that there's a pattern that's been established, and it's like around this time every year, there's a chance that we're going to have layoffs, at least at this company, you know? So you're an old man, Clark, you have time to move to a farm. Thanks, Olaf. I'm not that old, dude. I'm old. I'm not going to deny that, but I'm not that old. And in the grand scheme of things, like I got a lot of, like, you know, assuming I live my life and nothing comes my way to take my life sooner, I got a long life to live still beyond my current. I still haven't lived half my life yet. or fully lived half a life yet. I have a whole nother half to go. So, in that, with that perspective, I'm not that old. Yeah, I don't know. It sucks. It's a bummer. And there's a lot of uncertainty that makes me uncomfortable and not too sure about the future. But as the weeks go on, that will get ironed out, and I'll see where things go, and we'll see where, what we do with this stream here, and go from there. So just a heads up on that. We are going to continue as usual until, something comes, until I know more and or whether something does interfere with the usual schedule here. But I want you all to know that I'm going to do everything I possibly can to keep this going as much as, the stream going as much as possible because I love doing it, and I like the skills that it provides me to do, is being able to keep a conversation going and present and talk at the same time and stuff like that. Although I haven't been doing as much hand coding as I used to on stream here now with all the AI stuff, but it's still interesting to me. So I love technology. I love tinkering with it, and I love sharing what I learn with people live on stream. And if people still find value in that, or find me interesting and entertaining, and what I'm sharing or what I'm sharing to be of value to them, then I'm going to keep doing that. So no sound because meetings, but my win of the week from Sean. Okay, well let me start reading your other messages before I read those wins of the week. All right, catching up on from when Olav's win of the week, right? Volunteered for the local B-Sides conference. Nice. And you were assigned to work at the Capture the Flag lab, and you connected with the company, the HR sector, and the CTO. That's awesome. Congrats, man. Good job. And round of applause for you there, Olav. Thank you for sharing. That should lead to a lot of positives there, man. Good connections you made, it sounds like. And keep in touch with them. Keep it up. Sounds like it was a lot of fun. Olaf says that's why devs need multiple income sources. Yep. And the bright side, your colleagues got. Come on, don't say that. Worked out well. Thanks for that. Bot talking. Both talking is still very low. CEO Olaf says, "Can I be CTO?" You're caught in the middle. Yes, I feel caught in the middle. Too many meetings from Sean. Olav says, in serious note, multiple income sources is a serious thing. It's a survival matter. I know. Yes, that's definitely, it's interesting you bring that all up, Olav, because that's something that's been constantly on my mind for the past year, if not 2 years. And I have slight other sources of income, but not enough of them are to sustain our standard of living. Or even a basic standard of living, honestly. If we cut back on things, it's not enough to even go more what's the word I'm looking for? Just to have a tighter budget or a smaller budget than what we have right now. I generally don't even when I start as my career has progressed and I started making jumping levels in terms of salary and stuff like that. I do my best to not let my expenses inflate along with that. I try to keep it to a minimum. And for the most part, that I have stayed true to that. The one thing that is a potential stressor, that's why when I see that, these layoffs happening, then I'm like, oh shoot, is this new house that we're in. It is our biggest expense. And, so it's very concerning. I have options. I have things that should it go that direction where I am laid off, that we will be okay for a little while, but that, I don't have that long of a runway, to find something in the meantime or build up those other sources of income to be more sustainable. So it's definitely, it's definitely on my mind. It definitely these types of things definitely get me a little more antsy about exploring those other avenues more too. So yeah, it's stressful, and I don't like I just feel like there's, especially now, I feel like earlier, a decade ago, it just felt so like so few and far between that you would hear companies have layoffs, you know, in the tech industry. And it's just happening non-freaking stop. There's at least a handful of big layoffs at big companies every year over the past several years. It's just unnerving. So, I don't know. We'll see where things go. We'll see. Time will tell, right? The one thing that I'll say is, like, anytime I've gone through these tough situations, like, I end up coming out better. It takes some time. It definitely takes time. Like, I don't feel that way until, like, at least a month, if not more, later, that I feel like, okay, I'm coming out of this better. I've learned from it, or, you know, this actually was a blessing in disguise type of thing, you know, stuff like that. And so, you know, wait to see how that blossoms, you know? We'll wait to see how that blossoms. All right. Sean says no sound because meetings, but win of the week, reducing a process from about 4 hours to 1 hour. Nice. And reducing the size of a CI runner required from 144 gigabytes of RAM to 64 gigabytes of RAM by writing a custom Terraform provider. Nice. I may even go lower. Ooh. Also, I got acknowledged from Step Security for one of the supply chain attacks this week. Yes, I do recall that one. That is super cool. Congrats on all that, Sean. Thank you for sharing. Round of applause to Sean in chat, everybody. There you have it. Olaf says, cybersecurity will be important for my Locust project. Okay, that's cool. Frackberg says, I was at a conference on Wednesday and we were discussing how AI fatigue is hitting a lot of us hard. AI solves a lot of easy day-to-day problems, but leaves us with all the hard problems to figure out. Yeah. Yeah. I definitely feel like I saw a video recently where it was talking about all the different, like, revolutionary, like, bubbles that we've gone through in our economy in the US at least, and I guess in a sense globally, but mostly focused on the US. They were talking about railroads, we're talking about the dot-com boom, and then now the AI. And, like, there's apparently with all those past ones, when the railroads were being built out, and that really affected the industry, and when the dot-com was coming, you know, boom was going on, and that affected the industry. There's a lot of money that went and got injected into that part of the economy, and then it went, and like only certain ones, like, you know, certain railroad companies made it through that, and certain websites and .com companies made it through that, like Google and Amazon and all that stuff. And the same thing's going to happen with this, and it's just a matter of, like, which ones are which horse are you going to pick in this race that you feel is going to be the most likely one to last long term, you know, like to not win a race or anything like that, but just to keep running. And I don't know who that's going to be in this situation. I mean, obviously you have the big frontier AI companies, but I do think there is potential for the more open source, open weight models. Like I just did a video I recorded this week on GLM 5.2, which, by the way, that model is impressive. Like, people are like, there was a lot of chatter and hype around that when it got released, and people were saying that it's, you know, the benchmarks were all saying that it's close to Opus 4.8 in a lot of function areas. And when I just tested it very briefly with my same prompt that I used for Opus 4.8 to test that one out, it performed at a similar level. Now, take that with a grain of salt. It's anecdotal evidence of that, but the fact that it was producing very similar results to Opus 4.8, and it's an open weight model, that's really good for us as in the industry, that there's competition like that with the frontier models that cost so freaking much, you know. And the prices are just only going up with those ones, right? Because they've been we talked about this on the stream before. They're subsidizing. They were subsidizing, and they're slowly peeling that back and like pushing the cost down on the subscribers and users of the models, right? Anthropic's doing it. I don't think OpenAI is quite there yet. They're still subsidizing it significantly, so it is the cheaper one to get to use, I think, right now. In terms of your, like, let's say you got the $20 a month subscription, you get more bang for your buck there, and at a similar performance level as Anthropic's Opus 4.8. But you also have this option with GLM 5.2 from the company Z.ai or Z.ai, however you want to say it. And it's significantly cheaper, like 1/6 the cost of what OpenAI's models, Frontier model costs, or Anthropic's with Claude Opus 4.8. So all that to say, I'm glad to see that there's competition going on with that. And I think that goes to show you that it's not necessarily going to be the big guys that are running things and leading the way that are going to necessarily be the ones to come out the other end of this big boom that's going on right now with AI. So we'll see. I just feel like everything feels so fragile right now is what I'm getting at. I wonder if you all feel the same way. Like, it just feels like there's a lot of stuff like on a tipping point, and it's like the anticipation is giving me anxiety of like what's going to happen, which direction are things going to go, and what is going to be the fallout from that. What is going to be the ripple effect from whichever direction things go, And I don't know. But at the same time, it's out of a lot of our control too. Like, there's only things that you can control, and that's what you should be focusing on. Like, I can't control whether layoffs happen or not. What I can control is like, am I presenting myself well to my company so that when they do have layoffs, they don't, I don't know, they at least think twice before they choose me, That's what's in my control, right? But I mean, again, these layoffs too, this is the thing that really was like a mind F really screwed with my head, is like people that got impacted on my team. Like, all this was like, let me back up. The layoffs across the board were not performance related. It was like literally numbers. And that's yet another reason why it's like people get caught up in like loving their company, and like, they talk about like, oh, it's family and stuff, like the immediate people you work with, like your colleagues and peers on your level, and maybe one level above you, maybe 2 levels above you, but like outside of that, it's not really your family. Like, we all care about each other. Like, I care. I'm part of what's bumming me out is like the people that got impacted. Like, I don't think they should have been impacted. Like, I just don't, I don't know. I don't know the numbers at a high level, how these decisions are made and why. But I don't know. I'm rambling. I'm sorry. It's hard. It sucks. And I don't think the people, like, performance, especially performance wise, the people that got impacted should not have been impacted on my team. They're freaking awesome. So that's what makes it even more hard, is like, it's not like they were, it's not like a situation where they got what's coming to them. They were underperforming, or they weren't doing anything to help out the team and like carrying their weight, so that makes it like even harder. I don't know, but at the same time, it's like, well, then it makes you think, like, no matter what you do in that situation, you're gonna get impacted, right? It's shitty. It's shitty. It sucks. And it just makes you second guess. And that's what's got me on my mind. It's like, in the sense of, I need to always have a balance of like, how much of my energy and time am I going to put into any company I'm working for? Because at the end of the day, you're just a number. But then all these, like, you see all these, like, like entrepreneurs and business owners on social media are always talking about how, like, oh, nobody wants to work anymore. Nobody wants to do anything, And it's like, well, how the hell are people going to have the motivation to want to do that type of stuff when they're just treated like another number anyway? You at your level, and I'm not talking about my company in general, and specifically, I'm talking about at a high level, when you see these dudes that are in these positions that own companies and are running companies, and they're multimillionaires, billionaires, and all that shit, and they talk about, like, just very negatively about workers and the workforce in general. What do they expect? Are they so disconnected from like the impact on people at the levels well below them at these companies that they don't realize how those people feel and what they're going through? Like they're just blind to it. I don't, it doesn't make sense to me. Like, how can you say that stuff and yet you see the impacts of the decisions that you make at that type of level, and that's going around in the industry at other companies too? And so, like, even if it wasn't my company, if I hear that's happening in another company, it makes you think, as an employee of a company, you are just a number. No matter how well you perform and like put yourself out there and try to help and do good for the company, you could just be chosen as a number that's part of the cutting line. You didn't make the cut like in golf. But the difference is, at least in golf, it's like based on your performance. And if you didn't perform as well as the other top, I don't know how, I forget what the number is, but like the other top 48 players, you didn't make the cut. You don't get to play over the weekend, you know? Like, that's on you. But in this situation, it's like, regardless of your performance, you could get cut. It's crazy. Yeah, you can be chosen arbitrarily. Just arbitrarily. Like, would they just need a certain number based on whatever the financials are or whatever it is that's driving it. So anyway, that's just my 2 cents. I'm venting a little bit. Bottom line is always the money. I know, and I get it. I get that's the other aspect of it. Like, I get that it's a business. That one thing that somebody said that really resonated with me, that makes, you know, it puts it kind of just, it just makes sense, is like, if companies, I don't know, I have mixed feelings about it, but basically it's like, if companies don't make these changes that they make, they could just go out of business, right? Like, I get that aspect of it. They could go out of business. It's just tough because it's like, I think the other half of that is sometimes the decisions that are made by leadership lead them to have to make this tough decision. And had they made a better decision earlier on, it would not have led to that, the like mass layoffs type of thing. You know what I'm saying? I get people make mistakes, but for it to be happening like so often at different companies every year, that like people are just going to keep making the same mistake. They're going to keep overhiring or whatever. I don't know what their reasoning is necessarily. Again, I'm talking more generally, not specific to my company that I'm at, but how do you reconcile that? Like, something's got to give then, right? Because if those executives keep making the decisions that they make and it leads to them having to be like, oh shoot, we actually got to lay people off now because of our financials, well then let's stop making these decisions that are leading to that in the first place. Right? Don't be hiring as much, or I don't know, whatever the situation is. Don't be spending so much on, you know, other partners and vendors or something. I don't know. Again, it's easy for me to talk like this because I'm not in those shoes and understanding that aspect of it. So there's probably a lot that I'm missing, but at the same time, I think I deserve to be able to vent a little bit given the situation. So anyway, we carry on and we push through and we figure out what's next, what's going to happen. So trying to think other wins of the week though. So that was a loss of the week and a win of the week. A mixed bag of feelings on that one. More positives. Family's happy and healthy. Things are going good. I'm looking forward to having a week off. That's another win. I feel like the videos are going pretty strong. Like, they're back up to a good level of performance compared to what they were going through for a few weeks to a couple months there. So I'm happy about that. I'm proud of that. I don't know, again, another thing, I don't know where the videos are going. If you do subscribe and tune into the videos that I produce for my job, thank you for doing that, by the way. I appreciate that. And just a heads up, I don't know where that's going. I don't know if it's going to continue. I imagine it's not going to continue at the pace that I've been going at. So basically since 2024, so a little over 2 years, it was like April 2024. a little over 2 years, I've produced, along with every now and then, sometimes other colleagues of mine would help and produce a video too, but I'd produce a video and publish a video every week. One main full-length video and then 5 shorts videos on YouTube for over 2 years now. And it had a significant impact on the channel and the reach of it. And I'm proud of that. And I learned a lot through it. And we'll see, we'll see how that continues. It's likely not going to be every week, though, is what I'm feeling. I'm getting a sense of. So keep an eye out for that, and I'll have more updates as time goes on. I think, again, in the next coming weeks, after this whole vacation week and the company gets back to business again, I'll know more, and I'll have more I can share. That's one reason that they choose psychopaths to be CEOs. We naturally don't care. Wait, hold on. Are you including yourself as a psychopath? Is that what you're saying there, Olaf? May says, back to my lame joke. How will I know when it is 9:30 a.m.? I got you, yay. I like your joke. Any other wins of the week? Drop them in the chat. Would love to hear them. Thank you, everyone that shared so far. But yeah, family's happy and healthy. I'm glad about that. We're going to go see family for dinner tonight. I'm looking forward to that. And what else? We got some family trips coming up at the end of next month or around that time. We got some trips going on next month and in August as well. So I'm looking forward to those. Good summer vacation things going on. And yeah. Sorry to start off on a note like this, folks, but it is what it is. I'm always transparent with you all as much as I can. I share, and that's what's happened this week. So that's what's going on. It's normal to vent, yeah, especially for a situation like this. I hope it was all at least understandable, and didn't come off in the wrong way to anybody. To be very clear about it, it sucks. I'm grateful and happy that I still am employed. I understand why these things happen. I am a bit skeptical, though, of it. In the grand scheme of things, not necessarily just specific to my company. I'm talking in the grand scheme of things. I'm glad that I'm going to still be reporting to my current manager. I love working for him. He's an amazing person. And he's always had our back as best as he possibly could. The one sad thing is my skip level, who I've really gotten to know and like too, he's been focused on different things and he's moved up through the ranks, and so he's going to be focusing, he's kind of branching off from us now in DevRel. So I'm happy for him. So it's like bittersweet. I'm happy for him that he's going in a direction that he's really enjoying and passionate about. But I'm bummed that we're not going to be working as closely with him moving forward. So he's always been fantastic too, and had our backs, and has just been super transparent with the team. And I've really appreciated his leadership all this time. So big shout out to both my skip level and my direct manager. I don't know if they ever watch this stuff though, but just shout out to them anyway. So yeah, that's what's going on. What's going on in your neck of the woods, chat? I'm just worried if any of your bosses watch the stream. I don't think they do, really. If they do, I think, again, I'm very, I have good relationships with them, and they know about where I stand with things and where I'm at. So, why did I say anything that was off color though, Olaf? I feel like I was pretty good about it. May says, none of my business, but I thought you said you were going to be around next week, and then you said trip next week. We'll stay tuned to see if stream is on next Friday. No, it is on next Friday. Sorry, I must have misspoke, or I shared it incorrectly. I'm counting next week I'm counting going into the vacation week as next week, but what I mean is, so that we as a company are off next week. So I have time off. I'm going to be just staying home though. I'm getting stuff done around the house, catching up on things that have been lingering to fix and work on and adjust and whatnot and clean up. And then a few weeks later, we have another trip. We're going to go see my niece that we haven't seen. Then we're going to go see my parents. And then Mrs. Clark, and I have a trip we're going to go on together. And I think that covers it for the summer trips. And then we're pretty much home and just going through the normal holiday season time, you know? So that's like the very high level gist of what to expect logistics wise. But throughout all that, as I was mentioning, because of the work shifts going on, we had layoffs, we're reorging. I don't know how that might impact the stream schedule, so just a heads up on that. I might have to, I don't know. I really hope it doesn't come to that, but I might have to like stop it altogether or shift the schedule around. I don't know. How is the sister and baby? They're doing great. Everybody's happy and healthy there. That's another win. Grateful for that. They went to go see my sister's in-laws, my brother-in-law's parents this week. They're both on like maternity and paternity leave still. And they're just, you know, learning being new mom and dad. And it's awesome to see. I'm happy for them. Olaf says you said nothing wrong. It's just not that great for your work companions to know about it. In what way? Why? I feel like a lot of what I said is what's on is actually some stuff is what I heard people sharing in our meetings and calls after the layoffs, and probably some of it is like what's on their mind, right? Olaf says, why? Humans will be humans. I don't know that I'm still following Olaf. Because you're saying I said nothing wrong. It's just not that great for your work companions to know about it. You also said, win of the week, you're building a trustful relationship with your boss. That's good to hear. Today, you'll ask for more permissions around the code base workflow to your boss, just to make my boss work easier. Hopefully he trusts me. No, that's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, keep that up. I'm sure he likes that, or he or she likes that. I think you said he. Did you say he? Or am I just making an assumption there? Yeah, my bad. I thought I had read that. That's my bias showing right there. What else? What are we gonna do today? We'll play Wordle, connections, Poople. Did you assume my boss? Yeah, I did. I did, Olaf. That's my bad. Okay. Well, I guess I assumed correctly, but still, it wasn't good that I assumed. So my bad on that. What else is going on? I started tinkering and looking into local AI stuff. I haven't fully loaded anything up to run locally with AI, but do I still have it on? Let me show you really quick. My old PC I still have, and it was just sitting in my office closet here. Where's the screen that I want to, or the scene I want to switch to so you can see? This one right here. This is my old, this is the one, my first PC I ever fully built from scratch. And I actually built that on stream with a buddy of mine many, many years ago when I first started streaming. And it's kind of just been sitting in my closet for quite some time. And so what I'm thinking about doing is running AI models on that, maybe even running some other tools that I want to build, like automations and stuff like that. Instead of hosting it somewhere, I'll just host it locally here on this machine. But I want to wipe that clean and like maybe load Linux on it instead of Windows and start from scratch with that. And then I'll just hook it up to my network and everything. So I got to, I started putting that's one of the things I want to work on while I'm on vacation this upcoming week. Because I think that'll be a fun little project. Another project I'm going to probably work on is like setting up on our stairs. I want to set up LED lights that light up that I can turn on and off. Eventually I want to add it to where it's motion sensor triggered. But I think that'll be a fun project to work on. I have all these like high aspirations for like what I'm going to be able to do and want to do during this week off. This happens all the time. This happens during the holiday break too that I usually take, and I'm lucky if I do one of those things. So we'll see. May says, win of the week. I requested a refund and they said 3 to 5 days, but when I checked my credit card, it was posted within 5 minutes. Oh, nice. Congrats on that. And thanks for sharing, May. Let me switch back to this. A round of applause for May in the chat. Turn this off too. Keep that there. Okay. What's that emote? Primogen clap. Nice. What else did you say? Check out Mac Rumors M5 Ultra Mac Studio 2020. Why that? Oh, talking about local models you want me to check out. Nah, I'm not gonna spend money. I already have this is a good PC. It has I gotta double check the specs on it, I forget. But it has a graphics card that I think has 8 gigabytes of RAM or VRAM or whatever it is, and then it has 16 or 32 gigabytes of memory, like, as well, that I can tap into on it. So that's a good enough amount of space for some decent sized models, as far as I understand it. Also, shout out to www.Sean08, who's been chatting with me in DMs over Discord, giving me his tips and tricks that he's learned doing a lot of local AI stuff too. It's a good PC, but I'm sure it's not 270 gigabytes of universal RAM good. Yes. Why the M6, the Mac Studio is going to have that? Yeah, but that thing's going to be like what? Like thousands of dollars? I'm good. I don't want to spend thousands of dollars. Dude.
An ad is about to start in 1 minute on Twitch.
Dude. It will sell into a couple of seconds. Oh, I'm sure. I have no doubt. I'm just saying, I'm not going to be one of those people that it sells to. You know what I mean? Maybe less than 1 second. I'm not even kidding. Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree, Olaf. All right, let's play Wordle. It's time. Ooh, okay. I got two letters in the wrong position on that one. I want to guess attic. I'm gonna send it. Ooh, okay. Ooh, okay. I have a chance. I have a chance.
The ad is starting now in 180 seconds.
Welcome back, Sean. Let us watch you play Wordle. You can watch me. What do you mean? Act? No, I feel like it's like for those stuck in ad jail. I think SMC means wait. Oh, okay. I will wait. Well, what are we gonna do in the meantime? Well, Sean, you missed me talking about layoffs, I think, while you were in meetings. Olaf was saying that he hopes my bosses don't watch what I said, but I really don't think I said anything that was really off color in regards to it. I was just saying that, like, I think the industry in general, it's really rough and unfortunate, and I think there, one of the justifications that's made about it is like if companies don't do this, then they could go under and not work out, and so it's like important for them to make adjustments. And I agree to some extent with that, but also I think some of these situations are self-inflicted too. So I'm from a culture where we just play tough, we just rough it out. Yeah, that's fair. So anyway, that was the gist of what I was kind of saying about it. There was no shade towards my leadership or anything like that, really, especially my immediate leadership. And yeah, I was sharing that I'm glad that I'm getting to stay with my immediate manager. We're moving into a different part of the organization though, and my skip level has who I have a good relationship with as well, is moving on to a different focus area, which he was already kind of doing, but now it's like official that he's going to be separated from us. So I'm kind of bummed about that, along with bummed about people on my team that were let go as part of these layoffs. So that was, when I saw that I wasn't impacted, I was like, okay, it's probably none of us on the DevRel team. But then when I heard that it was some of us, I was like, that really messed with me. No need to wait. I watch on YouTube when the Twitch has ads. Okay. The thing I was waiting to be scheduled is finally scheduled for Monday. I forget what that's regarding. Sean, off the top of my head, so sorry. Oops. Just the wrong button. I think I have an idea of what you're talking about, Sean. Let's just double check in our chats, but yeah. Octa, okay. So yeah. That's kind of what you missed while you were in meeting, Sean. And then I was talking about the local model stuff. I haven't done anything fully with it yet. I've just been kind of researching and then chatting with you about stuff, and then I was showing on camera, but I turned that camera off now. Actually, you probably remember it when I streamed myself building the PC. I had that sitting in my closet here, and I pulled that out, and I'm starting to get that set up. I think I'm gonna wipe it clean after I back up anything that I need on there, and set up Linux and start using it to host little automations and bots and stuff, and then AI as well. So we'll see how it goes. Let's play Wordle, but we don't play. We watch Clarkio play Wordle. Right. Ads are over. Okay, I do remember that. And you and I forgot his name. Yep, Steve Kyle. All right, so I'm thinking it is art. No, it's not art. Antic? No, that would have been a better guess instead of attic. Let's see if T goes there. So I'm guessing since there was the double T's from the first guess, T must go here. Right? Which means C definitely doesn't go there. It could go here. Or it could go acetone. Acid accent. You know what I mean? I'm just. Otherwise, it's like. All. Unless T. Can T go here? Chat, what is the official rules of that? It gave me the hint that there is a T. It's just not in that position. But the fact that this one was gray, it's like it doesn't go there either. Right? Is that what that means? I forget. I guess we'll find out. I imagine it would have given you green there, right? If it was there, right? So then it must go in that fourth position is where I'm leaning towards. And it's not ending in C. So C has to go here. Maybe it's double C, but then it's like, no, can't do that. Acute. That's a good guess. I'm going with it. Yeah! Oh my gosh, it's been so long. Oh, mamma mia. Oh. Thank you. It has been so long since I've gotten a point, chat. So long. Cheese. Cheese and crackers. I mean, I'm not going to beat Rugmat, who got it in 2 attempts today, which also, look at that first guess. What a good first guess. Mamma Mia Pizzeria. Exactly, Olaf. I finally get a point. It's been too long. You'll have been on like a point streak like crazy. All right, we're updating this. I have 5. Yay. It's been 5 weeks out of 25 that I've gotten a point this year. June 26th. Save that. Jump to present. Oh, yeah. Updated all that. Okay. Sweet. Oh, there's a win right there.
Welcome in and thanks.
Pratik.
Pratik_N.
Good to see you. Maybe we should track the last time you scored. Like have a bot for that? Yeah, right. I should just create a browser extension that I load in here, and then once I get the results, it automatically syncs it up to Discord and updates the point tracker thing, you know? Yet another project I should build. All right, let's do connections together. We have to find 4 words that have some type of connection. I mean, you could just include that info in your message. Every time? No. Rather just keep updating the old one, right? Come on. I have a WASP tool bug. Can I post a clip of it here? Yes, absolutely. Go for it. Appreciate you doing that, Pratik. Speaking of, have we seen the other bug? I think we can confirm that and close that issue where the syncing at the end is sorted out now. It's a Dell, dude. I have not seen any bug this week. Okay, that's good to hear, man. Hollow, log, nut, chip, nut, pretzel, cracker, little finger food snacks, crunchy snack item. Okay. Okay. Gorge. Redo. Splinter. Tree log board splinter. Tree log board splinter. All right. Various amounts of wood. Okay. Pratik got one. Let's see this clip from Pratik real quick. What do we got? What do we got? Oh, is this somebody new that's using the tool? That's awesome to see. Who is this? What channel is this? Furley side. Okay, cool. All right, what was the bug I'm missing here? Oh, mist. We got heron there. There's only one mist that should be after throw. And what is it saying? You got the word honer, but it said it was missed. What about the... Oh, she doesn't have the chatbot set up on there. I'd be curious to see what it would have come up with for missed words. So sometimes, yes, I've seen that one. Thank you for reporting it and getting a clip, Pratik. I see that you had the answer there. I wonder... So what I think happens sometimes, and we saw this last stream actually, I think if 2 guesses happen almost simultaneously, I think I need to queue those up, because I think that's another timing issue where it won't, like, do you recall if somebody else guessed honer, like guessed another correct word right around the same time you guessed honer? I think it's a race condition. I don't think it's a new board. I think it falls back to the other issue I was talking about. Probably, yeah. So I appreciate you reporting it. I think I have it already noted too, because from last stream. This one. Oh, we have this bug. I think this is the one we can close now. I've not seen anybody report this issue anymore, where sometimes a word is successfully guessed at the last millisecond of the level or game ending. WASP Plus should add a slight delay after it receives it. We've addressed this one. I think we can close that one out, but I need to I thought I had opened up. Correctly guessed word showed twice. I think this is a timing issue too. What was this one? Spire and Spire right there. Alright, I have to open up an issue. Let me sign in real quick. Oops. No. Pressed the wrong button there. I need to press this button. All right, correctly guessed word shows as missed. Still. Sample from cheek. Oh, press the wrong button again. All right, I got that note as well. Thank you, Pratik. All right, let's finish connections. All right. Just got to get one more connection. We'll be good to go. All righty. We got Gorge, Hollow, Tang, Redo, Dell, Pinky, Another win is as I'm drinking water, I'm thinking I'm so thirsty, and part of why I'm super thirsty is I exercised this morning, keeping up my exercise habits and my physical health a priority. I'm very proud of that, and I'm gonna call that out as a win, keeping that consistent. Water is good for you, yeah. I'm thinking Dale Earnhardt Jr. and like there's probably a George and a Dell and I don't know, a Hollow, like NASCAR racers or something. Hydrate and dihydrate. Odor, lead, Egrog. I'm reading them backwards, maybe. Low. I don't see the connections here. Shuffle them up. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Oh, would like bronze, pink, tan. Oh, colors.
For joining today 420Q,
What's up, 420? We're gonna get into words on stream shortly here, or that's coming up next. I think I got it. It's red, tan, pink, bronze. That's got to be it, right? Yep. Colors plus a letter. Stupid purple category. What is this though? Hollow and Gorge, I could see that, but what's a Dale and Dell then? Great, I hate it. I know. Same. I don't like blue is the harder one. Hollow, What's a dale and dell? Like I get like a cavity of some sort, right? Kind of what I'm thinking. Areas of low ground. Okay, I did not know that. Did not know that. That's interesting. Areas of low ground. Never.
Thank you for the 11 long months of subscribing, Dylan.
Dylan, thank you for the 11 months resub. Appreciate you, buddy. What's happening? How you doing? What's your win of the week if you got one to share? Thank you again for that resub. Sub hype. Let me share the connections results there in chat. Alright, now it's time for Poople. If you're not familiar, this is a new one we added into the mix here. Basically, the idea is you need to start with this word and like only changing one letter at a time, convert it into poop. Okay? We got Nana.
Welcome in and thanks for joining today, Dylan Carp.
I know, isn't it, Dylan? Isn't it? It's so on brand for me. A buddy showed me it, brought it to my attention, and I was like, "You are the best. This is perfect." Apparently, the people behind making this, when they were kids, their dad would like give them this, play this game while they were on long road trips or something with them. Napa. Right, we want poop, but we can't do that. We got to do one letter at a time. So I like maybe Nona. No. I tried Nona. Yeah, it doesn't work. Panna. I don't even know what word could you get in here. Nina. The Nina, the Pinta, the Santa Maria. I don't know that I want to do that. I want to get rid of the N, one of the N's, or the last A. Oh, poop, not fart. Yes. It would be nice. We should make it to where we should make one that, like, instead of poop, it does fart. That would be a good one. Fartle. Fartle. We'll call it Fartle. Maybe we can make that. That should be another project. Fartle, exactly. That's a good ring to it. Fartle. I wonder if there is one out there. Somebody search it up while I finish this. All right. Nang? Nane? Nano? But then what would... See, this is the thing. I like to think ahead because I'm like, okay, if I go nano, what would be my next step? Is that going to actually get me somewhere closer and I can see the path to poop? I could try Napa. This doesn't work. Not in the word list. Why not stay totally on brand and just go shartle and you have to make the word shart? True. You could do that too. Sounds like a fart with a little extra... a little fartle. It's not a full fart. It's a fartle. Like a slight fart. I did a little fartle. Dang. Name. But I can't do two letters. I gotta do one letter at a time. Name. Banana. Nuna. Nina. Tana. Panna. Panna. Nope. Mana. Oh, that worked. Main. Pain. There we go. I'm just going through it. Oh no, now I feel stuck. See, this is what I'm talking about. Phone? Is that gonna work? No, not in the word list. That'd be great though. Pancake? Pank? Pano? Pain? Pant? Oh, okay. We do pant. Pont? We gotta get PO in there. We gotta get a up or poop. Pate? Pout? Do punt. Pult? Oh, because then I'm trying to get the pulp. Punk? No. Pune? Right back where we were at then if I do that. Pont? Is that a word? No. Pint. We're just gonna go through all those. Pune? Plot. What do you got? Something to go to pump. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, you got the right mindset for it, Dylan. Then pomp, then poop. Yeah, we'll get there. Yeah, I want to do plot, May, but I don't. Actually, I should make this bigger so y'all can see it. But you can only change one letter at a time. So if I do PL, it needs to be NT like that. So I got to do like Puot. Puma. We can only change one letter every guess. That's the key, Dylan. I like where your head's at, everybody, but we can't quite. We gotta do like Pume, right? Like that would be. Yeah, trying to get Puma from here. Yeah, it's tough. Puit. Holt. Pent, pelt, pulp. Oh yeah. I was trying to get to pulp, but I can't. Punk? Then what can we do? Sometimes you got to give up on that first letter, I think. You think that's one? Puck? No. We could do putt. I might do that. And then UT? Cuto? Gotta do butt just for lulz. Alright, fine, I'll do it. Puts? Oh, this is the longest guess I've ever done on Poople, man. It's probably like the fastest path is like it'll show you. It's like it doesn't show you until actually. What's yesterday's answer? I'll give you an example. So it started off with kids, bids, bods, booze, boop, and poop. What did I do? I got it in 8. I shared it in the Discord as well. It took me 8. Yesterday's. We could do pots. Okay. And then I feel like poos should be a word, but they don't let you do it. It won't let you. Poos is not in there. What's up, Brawl Stars? Welcome in. Happy to have you here for the first time. Well, that broke my idea. I know. You can only change one letter at a time, Dylan. So if I do the O, I'm replacing the T and the S. Right? Yeah, 2 letters. Poles? I did pops. We could do pops. Right, and then palms. No. Is polka word? We do pope. Yeah, but then how are we gonna do it? We need to get rid of that P, the second P. You go pope and then poke. Yeah, but we gotta get poop. We gotta get the P at the end and the O at the second there position. So we gotta think of another word that gets us closer to that. Pawns. Okay, but then like how are we gonna get the? Then what we're gonna do? Pomp. We need to do. That's why I was like palms, because then we can do pomp, right? Maybe. Or pomp. Polo. Pond and then pooed. Is pooed a word? Not in word list, it says, so we can't do that. Polo and then pool. Polo. Oh, that's not one letter though. Poles. Oh boy. Oh no. Dang it. Poles is not in the word list, of course. Boys. House. Poos. Just let us do poos, would ya? Hogs. We're just gonna keep going different letters there, and I need to go PE. Not one letter off. Okay. Pops. We gotta go back to pops. Then we're gonna go to Pope. We're gonna go to Pole. Imagine not allowing poos on poople. I know, right? Po. That doesn't work. Popa. But then we're ending in an A. You all, we gotta get this. We gotta get this better. This is the worst I've ever done in all the times I've played this game, which has been like a week. I've never had this many guesses. This is beyond bad. Pop? Do you think there's a double P? No. Can we get poem? Yes. Okay, so pomp now? Yes. Okay, poop. Oh my gosh! Woo! Yeah, that was the worst I've ever done. 17 guesses, chat. Look what you did to me. The best solution was 8 guesses. You are kidding me with that. All right, well, if you enjoyed that and you like playing these types of daily word games, join up on the Discord, !Discord, and then I'm blaming you, chat, on this, by the way. Chat totally messed this up. Just saying. Just saying. Join up the Discord, !Discord in the chat, or clarkio.com/Discord to get the invite. Thank you for doing that, Olav. What is Poople even? It's a game that apparently the people behind it said, our dad invented this game to keep us occupied on family road trips, and now you can play. Get to poop in as few steps as possible. Each word must be exactly one letter different from the last. So you go from barn to born and so forth. This is the worst I've ever done, though. I'll tell you that. What are the stats? And then you get a new poople word every, poople starting word every day. Play the regular Wordle. We did already. We did. I got it in 3, which is the best I've done in a while. What is the recommendation on this one? We can go and look at it, actually. Today's answer mode. Just show me the answer. What is it? Okay, so we should have went from Nana to Nada to Dada to Dads to Cads to Cods to Coos to Coop and Poop. That's the fastest way. That's the answer. And look at that. It shows even previous levels too. Kids, bids, bods, booze, boop. So forth. And you can play all the old ones here too. Poopleanswer.com. I'm just reading all this. I didn't know all this was here.
Welcome in and thanks for joining today, Wasp Plus.
Nada means nothing. Yeah, Spanish for nothing. That's interesting. This is an independent fan site and is not affiliated with, authorized, maintained, sponsored, or endorsed by Poople or its creators. All game assets, trademarks, and copyright are property of their respective owners. Pretty good. So there you go. Poople. Time for Wordle. Words on stream, I mean, aka we stole this. I mean, I don't think they... I mean, I guess since you can play it here, I guess it's kind of I guess so, May. I guess since you can play it on here, they kind of stole it in a sense, right? But really, I use it as an answer site to be like, what was the correct path? Because I don't want to wait until the next... Because basically on the actual...
Thanks for joining today, Charles.
What's up, Charzy? The official Poople site, they don't give you the day's answer until the next day. They show you it in the past. So just a heads up on that. I think that's why. Yeah. While I'm here, just gonna upload a screenshot proof that word semen is not in WAS anymore. Okay. Sounds good. All right, let's play WAS. Shall we? We're on level 18 from last week, I think still. Is it still live? Still live. I don't know that site. I'm not going to click that link, Pratik. Sorry. You need to focus on getting my team sprint together. Okay, yep. Enjoy, Sean. Yes, it is like Wordle, Charzy. It was like Wordle, but it's for poop. So basically, you start off with a new word, and you need to convert that word one letter at a time for each guess to get to poop. Like that. Yep. Very on brand for me, Charzy. Let me get you all the mirror. And there's the mirror for that. If you want the WASP Plus mirror, in fact, we're going to add that today. The WASP Plus mirror. I think we just do like W mirror. Oops. WS mirror. You know what I mean? Something like that to give the WASP Plus one. Oh, yeah. Plus mirror. I think W mirror, right? Because I feel like the plus is a hard character to probably remember and type in. So W mirror to get the WASP Plus mirror, and then mirror which everybody's used to get the regular mirror, you know? That's kind of what I'm thinking. Does W mirror work? No, I'm saying I'm designing it ahead of time in my head of like what I want the command to be for that. I think that's something we'll work on today. Classic marketing versus dev. Yep. All right, let's enable CR because I think it was paused. Yep, marketing, but I want it to be pretty. I know. Let's continue. Yeah, but it has to work and make sense. Exactly. Prefer. Just change the category. Me over here keeps a notepad of mirror links to different streamers. Nice, mate. Two clears, huh? Switching here for a second. I'll load up Wasp Plus spot. Speaking of, CD, da-da. Just a second, chat. I'm setting up some stuff. Oh, they have an EXE now. Oh. No. What version of Node do I have? Gotta bump up to Node. Okay. I need to... Sorry, chat. It's taking a little bit longer because I'm setting up some of my security stuff off screen here. You all can keep playing if you want. An EXE, you say? Yeah. You're all welcome to continue if you'd like. You can use the continue command. That's why I switched to this scene so you can keep playing while I'm setting up here.
Tell me where I belong. I've been searching all night. Walking these streets, it's a maze at midnight. Been talking to you, yet those days have gone by. I gave you a chance to treat me right. I'm a blank canvas you can paint. Draw yourself a future with me. It's a mystery.
You on a roll now? Nice. All right.
It's a miracle day.
What the hell's going on?
Welcome in and thanks for joining today, Bearded Cactus Jack.
Hey, Bearded.
You say it's all my fault, I walked away from it all those memories haunting our fall. A single life has come at the right time. I gave you a chance to treat me right. I'm a blank canvas you can paint. Draw yourself a future with me. It's a mystery what awaits. Oh, it's a miracle life. It's a miracle day. It's a miracle life. It's a miracle day.
I think I'm all set up here. Restart to update. VS Code, such concentration on my face. Yeah. Well, I'm trying to set everything up properly. And I had turned a lot of my AI security stuff off when I was recording the video this week. And so I needed to get it all back set up, and I wanted to pull down the latest changes that the team has made to that stuff at Sneak and all that. So anywho, we're all set now. So let me switch here. Create a new command called wmirror that will generate the full wasp+com URL for the player that triggers that command. It should use context of the Twitch channel that the chat Twitch channel of the chat that the user triggered the command in to be used as let's back up on this. The full URL looks something like this. Here is an example of the full URL, which should return everything in that URL should stay the same for any time it's triggered. However, the value for the Twitch channel and mirror URL should be set based on the context where the command was, based on the context of which channel chat the command was triggered from. In this example, it was triggered in the Archeo Twitch channel using the WAS game ID/URL for Clarkio, which is swimming in a sea of dreams. I spend more time. Choose the color of the channel. Let me know if you unclear about creating proper your full plus URL. Yeah. BRB, okay. Just messing with you, no offense. Yeah, no, I didn't take any offense to that, man. All right, we're gonna let that agent work on that while we continue playing, right? Level 35, here we go. Oh, ABC. What? Oh, wow. Well done. 420.
Welcome in and thanks for joining today, Nightbot.
Nightbot. Brain.
Welcome in and thanks for joining today,
Rugmat butt. Allow this PowerShell command. Use bash instead. Sure. Urbanity. I don't think I've ever heard of that. Urbanity. I can't think of anything else. Wow, brunt. Ranty? Brant? Brawn? Runty. Nitty gritty. Unity? Unity. Did we get that one? Yeah, we got that already. Urinary? Urinary? Brainy? Yes. Oh, we just got in time. Thank you for that 420. Why is it twice? Ooh, do I have it open in 2 locations? Is that why? Why do I have so many open? I think it's because I had 2 tabs open to the same thing. Run build and run test, yes. Oh, thank you. Nitty gritty dirt band. Excuse me. Dominant. All right, let's see what it did. It added a new wmirror.ts command. It releases wasp plus. Get the waspplus.com player URL for this channel. If there's no mirror link set for the channel, it can't work. Okay, cool. All right, this looks good.
Clear.
Commit and push this to the chatbot, and we'll see if it works. I'll watch the build. Where is it? Build is running right now. Nice clear, chat. Nice clear. Keep it rolling.
ad is about to start in 2 minutes on Twitch.
Just checking on some work stuff there. Oh, nice chat. Oh, double clear again.
An ad is about to start in 1 minute on Twitch.
W mirror works. Well, let's make sure it works. Yeah, that worked. Perfect.
The ad is starting now and will go for 180 seconds.
What's the big word? Our all-time best clears in a row was 48. Can we beat that today? We'll see. Perceive. Yep, that was it. It just clicked right as you got that one. Nice job. Nice job. Well played. Well played. Well played. All right, we're going to have it add an auto timer now to the chatbot. I think it's enough info. Let's send it. Yeah. Yeah, enjoy, Sean. Awesome. Dative? I've never heard of that. What's the big word? Deviated? Deviated? Deviate? Additive, nice. Who got that one? Nightbot? 420 got it. Oh, close one. I don't know why it's still playing double. I must have it open somewhere else. What? Oh, where'd the correct word go? Not even showing on the page. Why did 420's correct word not show up? Renus. Sean, your your Renus guess made me think of actually another win of the week. I got to see a cousin that I hadn't seen in a long time over last weekend, which was nice. And he has kids around the same age as mine, and they were telling us a story about their son, and it was about, something he was talking about, like he was asking a question or making a comment about private parts or something like that. It was very appropriate for their parent-kid conversation, and my cousin was telling us a story about his son talking about this, and they normally have names for, like kids have like more friendly names for penis and vagina, right? And because those are also hard words for them to say at young ages. So anyway, my cousin was telling me that his son was talking about this stuff, and he said something about penis, and the other one, ginus. And I was just like, it cracked me up. Anyway, your Renus guess made me think of that, so thank you for triggering that memory. I was like, I like that name better. For it. Anyway, that's my story. Children are innocent. It's lovely. Yes, for sure, Charzy. We're saying rains is rains and not rains. Like he picked up the rains. Yeah. Ooh. Backed. Based. Back. Face. About face. There's a B in there. Baked. It's a big word. I feel like it's right there on the tip of my tongue. Bedeck? Bedeck? Fabricated or something? Deface, yeah. Beaked. Decaf. What are these words? Starts with feed. Any blank is appreciated. Feedback. Oh. Well played, well played. Good hint there for Teak, too. Oh, right at the end. Well done. Good clear. Two board clears in a row. Whose? Workshop. Nice. Whoso? What does that mean? Whoever. Really? Whoso? Whoso chooses. I can't think of anything else. I'm stuck. No! Spook and swoop. I couldn't think of anything else. Where's my context here on this? Well, it finished at least. Let's see what it did. Oops. All right, let's see what it did. Everything is done. Here's a summary of what was implemented. New command, auto CR, continue or restart. Enable with default 10-second delay. Auto CR 30, enable a custom delay 1 to 300 seconds. That seems a lot. Disable the timer. After a game end WAS event, the bot waits the configured delay, then sends continue as the broadcaster if a new level starts. before the timer. Oh, there's one correction we already got to do. Now also turns off the auto timer with an updated reply. The continue restart and start commands have been disabled. Auto continue restart has been turned off. Except it doesn't have an auto. We need to send a restart on game end, right? Game end, it should send a restart command, not continue. There we go. Why is it using PowerShell again? I told it to use Bash. What the heck? It didn't even do that? Because I think I limited it to just Q now. May, sorry about that. So you do test, and Q will send it for both Nightbot and Stream Elements. Kind of like how test and then less than symbol does for RugMetBot and Wasp Plus Bot. I think I did it last stream, not this stream, I think I set that up after last stream. What does it say here? Build clean all 9 auto CR tests and all 5 disable CR tests passed. Only failures remain the pre-existing Better SQL Lite native module issue. The auto timer now works as follows. Waits the configured delay, sends continue on level results, game end. Waits the configured delay, sends restart. Level started, cancels any pending timer. Player acted manually. Okay. Let's double check the changes. Ooh, there's a lot of changes. Okay, made a note to myself now. Yep. Yeah, no W anymore. There's just exclamation point Q. Yep. Yep. Convert SQLite row to channel row format. It's clear. You got modified, but what did it modify? Get auto CR enabled. Oh, okay, because it's a database. Adding stuff in the database there. Auto CR enabled trigger. It's in the schema for which table? Channels. Okay. Get whether auto continues as restart is enabled for a channel. Yep. Cool, cool. All right, we're gonna be able to test this soon. Channel auto continue / restart. Timers. Fritz! What are you doing? You madman! What's up, Fritz? Thank you so much for the raid, man. How the heck are you? It's been a while. Hope you're doing well. Welcoming everybody from Fritz's stream. Imagine many of you are familiar already, but if you're new here, I am Clarkio. I'm your host. I've been working on a new project. Hey, Oregon. Thank you for being here and joining in on the raid. I've been working on this new project that you can see on screen. It's basically taking a streaming game, Words on Stream, where everybody participates in chat using the letters that get shown in the game, Words on Stream. You try to make words out of those letters, and you send those into the chat.
Thanks for joining today,
You send those into the chat, and if your word is accurate and correct for that board that we're playing, that level, then it gets into the game, and you score points, and we play as a team. We want to beat the level. So we're currently, you're catching us mid-game while we're also working on the chatbot for this. And yeah. And then I built this website that like wraps around it as a helper tool that shows you who you know, how many correct words have been guessed together. So it gives you an idea for your brain to think of new words with those letter combinations instead of what the game shows you, stuff like that. So, hey Fritz, it's great to see you, man. How you been? How's life treating you? How are things going? How's the family? How's the weather? You enjoying summer? All that stuff. Been a while, man. It's good to hear from you. Thank you so much for the raid, too. Doing well. Good to hear.
Thank you for the follow ice cream stick model.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you for doing that. Shout out to Fritz there, mod team. So yeah, awesome timing. Caught us in the middle of working on the bot with that. We've been building a streamer toy called Streamer Map. It plots locations from viewers on a map that can be browsed. Oh, that's cool. I love the sound of that. That reminds me of Matthias from Fun Function when he used to stream. He did something else at the beginning of his stream like that, where people could like send in a chat message of where they are in the world type of thing. Love that though. That's awesome. So yeah, thank you all for joining on the raid. my mind is a little bit mush. We had a lot going on at work this week, and so I'm not on my game with the usual streaming stuff. But yeah. Plus, it was like mid thought process of checking work stuff anyway. So yeah. Anyway, this is what we've been working on. You can check it out at waspplus.com. That's the UI of it. And then the chatbot is like limited release to certain people that request it via my Discord right now, because I'm still actively working on that aspect of it. And I'm going to have it as like a paid membership type thing at some point. I don't know when. So that's why it's gated in that way, because, you know, I got to host that and all that fun stuff. So, yeah, if any or all that interests you, I hope you stick around. Thanks for joining on the raid. If not, use your time wisely. Don't waste it on me. And have a good rest of your Friday and weekend. Fritz says, we've been building a streamer toy called... Oh, I read that already. Did I miss anything else in there? Dylan with the W raid. We got 2 board clears in a row. All right. Well, to give everybody a sense that joined in on the raid of like what they can do, you can see as we play the game. I'm also reviewing the code that my agent was writing up here. I'm currently, the feature I'm working on with the chatbot is, you saw how I manually let us continue to the next level. I want to set up auto continue and auto restart with the chatbot based on whatever the streamer or the mods team sets for that channel. You're busy writing a giant prompt to superpowers for your agent. All right, Sean. That sounds fun. All right, so if is level or is game end, send as broadcaster, and we have send as broadcaster, clear auto, continue, restart timer for that channel, and then try wait to go get it. If it's enabled, await get auto delay. It's game end, then we're going to send the restart command, right? And if not, we're going to send continue. Const timer set timeout. Auto see your timers dot delete. Yep. Okay, so that's good. It's keeping track of all the timers. And then I'll send that as a broadcast delay seconds times 1,000 for milliseconds. Yep. And then we'll set that timer using that timer based on the channel. Okay, very cool. Cancel any pending auto-seer timer when a new level starts. Clear continue manually if event. Clear auto-seer timer. Okay. Perfect. That looks good and accurate to me. Alright, and then I gotta do some database schema updates. I'll double check these operations one more time here. Just pulling it from the database, huh? Select those who know from channels where lower Twitch username equals lower that. Okay. 3 board clears in a row. Nice job, chat. 48, you say? What do you mean? Tequila. All right, I think I'm gonna merge it or push it. Test it out live. I gotta update the database though. Do that first over here. Okay, database schema is updated for that. So by default, it's turned off for every channel. And then what we can do is we can turn it on and test it if it works. Look at that. And I'm playing the game at the same time. All All right, deploy is going for the chatbot. Oh. Oh. I kind of want it. Well, okay, deploy's live. Let's see if auto CR, see what it does. Quail missed in the tool? Where do you see it? Where does it say missed letters? Oh, 48 clears in a row. Yes, May. That's our record. What a multitasker you are. Heck yeah. Yeah, it doesn't show up on here, huh? Was it on the board? Quail shows in yours, so it's just on here. It didn't show up in the chatbot. Chatbot runs separately than the browser-based one. It's weird. Auto CR. Let's do like 5 seconds maybe. Did that work? How do I know? Let me check the logs and see what it's doing. Might have been still initializing. That might be it. There it is. That's why. Okay, let's see. If I do auto CR, what happens? Auto continue, restart enabled will send continue 10 seconds after each level start and 10 seconds after the game. Your Wasp Plus seems to have issues today. No. Oh, the browser-based one? Yeah, probably. Could be my connection today or something. I want to... Can I say auto CR set and we'll say 5 seconds? Auto C... Oh, I just need to do auto... Yeah, I love that it gave me that feedback. Let's say 5 seconds. Okay, I think we gotta manually start the beginning of it, but and then after that it will trigger. So we'll see if it triggers automatically for us. Okay, let's see if it auto restarts. So 1 should be after 5 seconds. 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoa, it overrode. Please wait 10 seconds before using continue. Level just ended, and it did it anyway. Okay, we might need to like make it a minimum of 10 seconds at least. That's cool that it worked automatically, though. Oh, nice guess. It's funny. Wasp plus bot is just override. Clarkio account overrides Wasp plus bot. Going way faster than it should. Booty? What? Booby. Beetroot. Nice clear, nice clear.
Zian08 wants you to hydrate.
Hydrate, Sean? Okay. Thank you, Sean. Alright, at some point we gotta fail to see if this thing can, if it'll restart, too. Double F. There's double F in there.
Welcome in and thanks for joining today Code with CN.
Hey, Coach Sean. Good to see you, bud. How you doing? What you win in the week if you got one to share? This is a hard one. Oh, restart fast. Whoa, did you see that? You're right, I wanted to fail. It started the level and then it went to game over. What the heck? It must have restarted too fast. That's why you gotta wait 10 seconds. Wait, what the heck? It's saying players unlocked. Is the game playing? Where is it? Who's playing it? No, it's not playing. On was.gg, it's not playing. Pause, 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 bot. This is some weird... Well, the WASP Plus bot is just set on a timer. There were SS in your tool as well. For fast level. What's SS mean, Pratik? Yeah, it's not playing for you either. Okay, good. All right, so we now have a auto timer that is 2 S's, you mean? There were 2 S's in your tool as well for last level. I must have missed that, Pratik, sorry. After the words were revealed. I don't think you... Oh, yeah, look at that. It's showing... It's showing... How is it picking those up as correct words, though? The game instance isn't actually running. What the heck? The only way correct words show up there is if the game is actually running right now. From WAS. Like, so that means WAS, words on stream, the game itself, is sending those events. What the heck just happened? I found a bug in words on stream. That's crazy. Also, why are we not auto restarting? I'm so confoozled right now. I'm going to push these changes, though, that it made. Let's double check them. I know. Oh, I paused it. You're right. Yes, you're right. You're right, Sean. Good call. Good call. Just figure out why we wait between rounds instead of immediately sending CRR. You just figure out why. Well, now we know. Yeah, because otherwise the game... I mean, that was a perfect... I knew that this type of stuff would happen, Dylan, from you all like sharing that, but also I had experienced some weirdness in the past, but this is the most weirdness I've seen from it. That's what happens when you start a new level quickly. You gotta wait at least 10 to 15 seconds. Yes, exactly. What is... They gotta fix that on the server side of words on stream, huh? It must have been sending events, because how the heck... The only way correct words show up on here is if you all send a message with the correct letters for a word for that level. Okay, that means words on stream picked up your message. There must have been a game playing somewhere, but it wasn't showing it visually. Like, I'm not seeing it in my game instance on was.gg, which I have open on my other screen here. But you also see it on the screen right there too. It's just an iframe of it. And so if you correct a guess word, it would send that event, and then my tool, WASP Plus, was picking that up and then showing it on screen here for like goal, coal, coat, gloat, catalog. What the heck was that? That's crazy. What do we do here? Default delay or parsed is greater than 60 seconds. Okay. Default delay is 10. Good, good, good. Okay. Speaking of, let's set auto CR 10. Auto continue enabled will send continue 10 seconds after each level and start after game ends. All right, let's push these changes because they look okay to me. Commit push. I want to wait for those to go into effect. I want to test them too. All right, it's deploying right now. That's a crazy bug. That is insane. So if you just restart it immediately, it's like burp, beep, burp. Game broken. Does not compute. Okay, that's deployed now. Let's try restarting. Oh, let's try setting auto CR to 5. See what it does. No. Also happens when you continue too quickly after level is finished. Yes. Yes. Auto CR off. Okay, it's disabled. Auto CR 5. Let me check the database. Is it actually setting it in the database that way too? Yeah, I see it. Oh, there it is. It just got when we see that wasp bot connected to the game, that's the new instance of the bot running now actually. So we're gonna say auto CR off. I should see. Let me refresh this. It's false now. Auto CR 10. Okay, it's on and set to 10. Now, if I say auto CR 5, it should yell at me. There we go. Usage. Seconds must be between 10 and 60. Okay. All right, so we're good. That's working as expected now. So we're going to manually restart. Why is that currently disabled? Oh, because I have things paused. Enable CR. Restart. All right, let's see how it works now. All right. After this one, on the next level, we want to intentionally fail. And I want to see if it'll restart automatically after 10 seconds. Make sure it works. Clear. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So it auto continued. So let's intentionally fail this one, chat. So like play it enough, but don't win. Okay. Why is it still saying wait 10 seconds before using continue? That's funny. All right, careful. Don't score too many points. Okay, good job. Appreciate you all. Oh, who put in emote only? Nice job. Who was that? Sean, is that you? Good stuff. Good stuff, Sean. What's everyone's favorite emote? There we go. Sean, well done. All right. Now in 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Uh-oh. Oh, that was scary. That one kind of freaked me out a little bit. Okay. Cucumber. Is 10 seconds too soon? Based on the message, the timing is a little off. Yeah. I feel like it's happening too soon in there. We still got the please wait message. I'm not worried about that as much. Pratik, you say 15 is a better default? Yeah. I'm going to go in the middle. We're going to go with 12 seconds. I think that's what we're going to do. I think we need to go with 12 seconds on that. Default delay is going to be that. The other thing I need to do is the please wait. Where is that?
An ad is about to start in 1 minute on Twitch.
Why is that not in here? It says please wait 10 seconds before using continue.
The ad is starting now and will go for 180 seconds.
Get level and cooldown. And channels. Where's level end cooldown? In my database. I'm going to default all of them in the database to 12. I think I need to set a minimum. I mean, if people want to try and do it at a lower cooldown, that's up to them, right? Right? I feel like that should be up to them, the streamer and their mods team to choose if they want to risk it for the biscuit. They can have it restart and do that stuff faster, right? I think. Methinks. I'm gonna make the cooldown have to be 12. I recommend not letting it go with something we know is broken, so a lower bound is fine, but keep it like 10 seconds. I was trying to default to 10. I mean 12. I feel like that's a sweet spot there. Alright, we'll do 10. We'll do 10. A minimum of 10. But I default to 12. Alright, so that's that. Cooldown. Manager. I think this set a message too, right? In here. Default to 12 seconds. Not set.
Too shabby.
Make it so the default cooldown or continue, restart, continue and restart. Those are the only ones, right? And restart commands is 12 seconds. And so that the minimum these could be set to is 10 seconds. All right. After this, after we get this sorted out and set up, I'm gonna call it for today. Okay, chat? I think that would be enough. Well, the other thing I want to do during my week off is I want to set up the the AI based like autoplay of words on stream, like on the WASP Plus channel, Twitch channel, like a 24/7 stream of that. That'd be kind of cool, right? What did it say? Yeah. You can help test that? Okay, sounds good. That shouldn't be too difficult. Yeah. The only thing is like setting up a default stream. I might use that PC behind me to stream it 24/7. Again, it's just an experiment. It's not meant to be like a true 24/7 WASP Plus or WASP channel, but what I want to do, basically it's an experiment where I want to see if using WASP Plus bot in a WASP based channel that only lets the bot send answers in, right? We have it in emote only mode and only WASP Plus bot, the channel owner, which will be WASP Plus, Stream Elements, Nightbot, Rugmat bot. Yeah, exactly. I know, Dylan. I really need your input on that, by the way.
Loser!
Dylan, I really need your input on like what's the best. Maybe you can DM me in Discord when you get some time, like the best way to run a 24/7 channel. Just for that experiment. I want to see how far. Oh, it did it again. That's weird. I want to see. I just want to do it for the experiment, and that's it. Could it become something after that? Like where it is truly a 24/7 thing? Maybe. I want to see how far like the bots can go on their own playing words on stream. Like what's the highest level it could reach without any human playing it. That's the idea. All right, here's a summary of what changed. Auto CR split default delay equal 12 from a new min delay equals 10. So the validation allows any value greater than 10 while the default is 12. Yep. SQLite change schema default and migration default from 10 to 12. Operation change row mapper fallback from 10 to 12. Change fallback from 10 to 12. Update expected default delay from 10 to 12. Yep. Validation. Seconds less than 10 already enforced a minimum. Okay, perfect. Please update the what was that one message that was going on that I was looking for? What's this? The level end. I'm noticing this what do we call it, this post level cooldown message being triggered even when the auto CR executes continue or restart within the correct time limit of 12 seconds. Update this to be a bit more forgiving by 1 second before really enforcing this message. Build clean the cooldown. Check now. Only fires if elapsed is less than cooldown milliseconds minus that. Meaning the message is suppressed for the last second of the window, so continue to restart arriving right at 12 seconds mark. Won't falsely trigger it. Perfect. Exactly what I wanted. All right. Let's hide that. Let's look at all the changes made before we commit. Did that. That's fine. Let's look at cooldown. What the hell is this? Why did it add 2 backticks here? What the fudge? Anybody else see this? Look at this change above my head. Opus 4.8 just added 2 backticks here. What the hell does that do? Remove that. That's weird. Yeah. And that, friends, is why you review the code that your AI writes. Test should be fine. I'm not going to worry about that too much. It changes to 12 seconds. It's good. Sean says, good question. All right, switched min delay to 10, default to 12. Perfect. Not too shabby. There we go. Okay. Must be between min delay and 60. Yep. Okay, that's good. Can add that. That cooldown. Changed it to where it's got, if it's less than 10 seconds or greater than 60 seconds, please provide a number between that and that. Yep, that looks good. Ask it why it did that. I already changed it. May. That's a good idea, but I already changed it. I didn't want to waste. That's the thing about that. Like, while that could be interesting for sure, that's wasting like tokens and money. Asking it a question like that for something small. If it's like a bigger change that was really nonsense, then I definitely would want to see it. Not worth the tokens for something that. Yeah, exactly. Changed up here. Level and cooldown. Switch to 12. Okay, perfect. We can add that. Change in SQLite. Default to 12. Default to 12. Yep. Default to 12. And then the schema changes. This is an existing migration, isn't it? Alter table. Head column if not exists. Cooldown small. I don't think that should affect anything. I think I might have to just manually go in on channels table. I already defaulted everything to 12. All right, we're gonna commit and push. Okay, I paused it just in time. All right, let's get the build. No! The timer must have been running already before I paused it. That's another thing. All right, let this fail, chat. Let this fail. I'll put it in emo only. So technically, May, it did pause. The problem is what happened there is game end event or level end event already triggered. Yes, thank you, May. What happens is level end event already triggered the timer to start. And after that had happened, that's when I said, oh, pause. So what this should actually do is if there's an active timer, that is a bug still that we should account for. If there's an active timer, if a broadcaster or moderator, or if a permitted user uses the pause or disable CR or auto CR off while off after a level end or game end event already triggered the auto CR to start a timer, we need to cancel it so it doesn't still execute a continue or restart command once the timer finishes. All right, let's see if it'll figure that out too. All right, so that's been deployed though. So we can say emotes only off now. And looking at chat, it shows the pause, then a continue. So that was automatic. Yes. So what I'm getting at, May, is it was the auto continue was enabled, right? While it was enabled, the level ended. So what it did was it received that event that the level ended and started a timer for 12 seconds, right? And within that 12 seconds is when I used the pause command. So it paused it to not happen again after that, but the fact that there was a timer already running, that's why the continue still went through. Does that help explain it? What else did I miss in chat here? At the end of the timer, it should check the is pause state. Yeah. So pause doesn't stop it if timer is running. Yes. So what I'm having the AI do, or the agent do right now, is in that scenario that we just discovered, it will override, like the pause will override the timer basically. Exactly, May. Yes. Pause. I need to have pause stop the timer. Right. So that's what it's working on now. It looks like it already did. It's doing a cancel auto CR timer for me, which in code, all you need to do is just delete that, because it's storing it, I think, somewhere. Let's see what it changed here. When it does the cancel timer, show me the cancel function. I guess we can look at the changes once it's done, actually. Yeah, it's done. Cancel auto CR timer. It's pulling that out of this create event, which is happening in here. Return handle loss can. Where? Show me the implementation of this. Here it is. Clear auto CR. Okay, so it already wrote this before. There you go. Clear time. That's the function I was thinking of. Clear timeout, and you pass in the timeout. So whenever you do the set timeout function in JavaScript, let's do this. Set timeout, right? And I forget the exact syntax, but it's like, you give it a function, which we're gonna do it like this, and then the timeout will be what, the second parameter is, our argument you pass in is how many milliseconds you want it to run, and then it executes this code that happens in here, right? And what that does is it returns the timer, so you can actually set that to a variable. So let's say timer equals that, and we'll just say like console log timer completed, right? Oops. Completed. So with that in place, I think it's a little bit nicer looking so you can read it better. what you can do is you can set then run the clear interval or clear timeout. That's a function too. I thought it was clear interval. I guess there's one for each. It basically tells it, like, it just removes it from memory or something. I don't know exactly how it works, but that will stop it if I wanted to do that before the timeout is finished. So clear timeout is basically after X amount of seconds, it will run whatever the code is here. All right, Mrs. Clark, it was giving me a little heads up on, speaking of timers and timeouts, I need to time out this stream in a few minutes here. What was I saying? Okay, so set timeout is a built-in function in JavaScript. Let me move this up here. Built-in function in JavaScript that basically says the second parameter, it's in milliseconds. So 10,000 means 10 seconds, okay? So after 10 seconds passes by, it will run whatever code is inside of these brackets here, inside of this. So in this case, it's going to log a message, timer completed. Now set interval, so we'll say const interval equals set interval, console log interval. And so what that's going to do is it's going to, every 10 seconds, it's going to run this code. That's the difference between each. And I guess I didn't realize, I thought there was just like a common clear function. But what this does is if you store it in, if you don't set it as a variable, you don't really have a control over which interval to clear or stop if it's running, especially if something is running over and over again. So that's why you assign it to a variable so that you can then, if you needed to, stop the interval from ever running again, you run clear interval. It's more, this clear interval is one that I'm more familiar with than the clear timeout. Because I've run into situations where I want to do that, where I have something running regularly, repeating every X amount of seconds or whatever. I've not done that so much with timeout. So today, I think I learned about clear timeout. So there you go. That's what we needed to do for this. That's what Sean was talking about too in chat. And that should fix, as we can see here, clear timeout, the little gotcha scenario that we ran into actually. It looks like these code changes are okay. Basically, it's just exposing that cancel auto CR timer function that it already had written. What's up, Dolph? Just a heads up, we're testing things out a little bit with an auto timer to auto restart and continue for us with the bot. And then I'm gonna close it out. So we're really not gonna play too far into the levels right now. But it's great to see you, Dolph. Thank you for joining and popping in and saying hello. All right, we're gonna add all this in there. Give it a commit. And we're gonna commit and push that. And then once that's deployed, we're gonna truly test out everything. So the biggest thing we want to test out right now is that that message won't pop up where it says, please wait 10 seconds before using the continue or restart, when it's like right at the same exact time frame, you know? So it gives a little 1 second leeway on that before sending that message. That's the big test I want to see. And then we're going to default to 12 seconds before it auto sets a continue or restart command into the chat. We made some good progress today, chat. Proud of us. All right, looks like it deployed. Let's see, the bot should say.
Thanks for joining today in _trin_sick.
What's up, Trin? Oh, no. Well, I'm glad you went to the gym. Good for you on that. And you didn't get a notification. You filled the whole page on notes, mate? Nice. Okay. I'm sorry that happened, Trin. I'm glad that you're able to join us now, though. Make sure it's connected. Okay. That's interesting. It said it was already connected, and then there. Let's see. Auto CR. What does it say? Auto continue is enabled. We'll send continue 12 seconds on that. Seeing Dolph pop up in Dylan's stream made me realize. Oh, okay, okay. We're going to raid into Dylan's stream shortly. I'm about to wrap up here. Okay, Waspot connected to the game. It looks like it fully restarted with the latest changes. So we can restart. Oh, disabled though. Enable CR. And now we're going to restart. Zebra. Bean. Ran. Saw your message in Discord, by the way. Not ignoring you. Computer situation has changed where I can't just remote back into my home PC with the new job. Oh, no worries, Dylan. Wait, I didn't message. Did you message me on Discord? I didn't. Or are you talking to somebody else? Holy cow, Sean. I'm looking at your prompt that you sent. All right, once we get level end here. Raise. One more word. Okay, earn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Please wait 12 seconds before continuing. Dang it! It's still sending it. I might have to make it like 1500 milliseconds before it sends that. Excuse me. If elapsed is less than cooldown milliseconds minus 1000. What's wrong with this logic? Cooldown milliseconds minus elapsed divided by 1000. Oh, so it's determining that. Let's make this 1500 then, and it shouldn't be plus, not minus. Where's last end coming from? Level end timestamp get channel name. Okay. Yeah, it should be cooldown milliseconds plus 1000. I think that's the wrong logic, right? I want to give it a 1 second extra leeway. I'd actually have to know what I was doing before I could train something. Oh, talking about something else. Word nerd. Yeah, I think I want it to be that. Let's push those changes. Yeah, 1 second buffer. All right, once this goes into effect, it should fix it. Just deploying right now. Oh, and then we got to test. I'm going to test the pause on this one. Once the game level ends. Pause. Okay, so auto continue and restart has been turned off. The timer might have gotten started. It should not automatically continue because I paused it in the middle of this. Although the deployment just went out too, so that might mess with things. Has 12 seconds passed yet, chat? I don't know. I should have counted. Dang it. It's not doing it, so I think it worked. You weren't counting either? No problem, Trin. I think it's fixed. So I think that's working as expected. And now I'm going to enable CR. And then auto CR should be... Okay. That's enabled as well. What if someone says continue after you pause? Try it. Try it, May. I think you being VIP, you should have permission to use it anyway. Wasbot connected. All right, so all the changes are... There you go. What if someone says continue during the timeout? That should get the message of, you know, please wait, right? All right, let's continue now. Play it like normal. Let me rephrase that. The auto CR timer. What was your original question again? What if someone says auto CR during the timeout? During the auto CR timer? Yo, chill. I don't know about that one, Sean. I'm not sure I fully understand the question either, to be honest with you. My brain's jumping in a million different directions. Says, I got nothing. You're a word nerd. You got everything. Not too shabby. All right, let's say the auto CR timer is set to 60 seconds and someone does C in... Oop. C in the middle of it. Does it stop the timer? They shouldn't be allowed to do C in the middle of it, right? Dang it, it's still saying please wait 12 seconds. Why? I don't have time to fix it. Dang it. Why would it still say that? I gave it a 1 sec. Maybe I do 15, a minute and, or a second and a half, so that it doesn't show this. Please wait. I'm gonna try changing it to a minute. Or what? In the index. Not a minute. Oh, 1500 milliseconds. Wait a minute. If elapsed is... Why is this song... This song always crashes, by the way. If the time... So the time that the level ended and now, if the elapsed time is less than cooldown milliseconds, which is... Maybe this logic is wrong. Double check this logic so that it provides a 1 second, let's say 1.5 second grace period. Before grace period to allow the use of continue or restart. And the timing is around the same as the minimum delay set before being able to use those commands. How can a word nerd retire? I fell off. I'm washed. Retiring from loss. It's minus. Oh, because if it's less than, the elapsed time is less than. I was thinking of greater than. I guess that's why it's minus. Print code has plus, which is backwards. It makes the block window longer. Allow commands through when they arrive 1.5 seconds of the cooldown expiry. It should be minus 1500. Okay, let's do that. I messed up. This is it though. Whether it works or not, I'm out. Okay, get ready to go to dinner. You're only gonna play once a month? Come on, Trin. We need you. The community needs you, Trin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Go. Continue. Lost plus bot, stop yelling at me. All right, the deployment went out. We gotta wait for the bot to restart. And then it will be good to go. Bible. Blinder. Dang it, who beat me to that? Trin. Brind. Brindle. Oh, Dolph, you can just use Q now. No W. Q, and then both stream elements and Nightbot send it. So it's like double, like the less than symbol. Loser. No. No. What are you, Australian, Trin? Dude. The logic is now correct. All right, I gotta go. We'll pause after this level. I'm pausing it now, actually. Well, good thing is, Dylan, if you want to have a custom auto continue and restart now in the stream, you can use that. The downside is you're going to have that reply message from Wasp Plus Bot. That's going to tell you, hey, you can't do that. I'm going to try changing it to 2 seconds before we go here. A 2-second grace period instead. Is timer different for level ended versus game over? No, it shouldn't be. Oops. Level. It's an index, right? I said it's 2 seconds. $22, your favorite number, Trin? Nice. 22. Tried that for a while and I forgot why I ended up dropping it. I think I had it set up with Firebot. Oh, okay. Well, it's off by default, but if you want to turn it on, you just use auto, auto CR. It defaults to 12 seconds, but you can then do set, I don't know, like let's say 30 seconds if you want. Or no, you don't even need to say set. You say auto CR 30. Yeah, you just need the number right. So now it's set to 30 seconds. So there you go. I'm gonna try pushing these changes though. And then if you ever want to turn it off, you just say auto CR off, or you can actually do pause, which will also pause the, it's basically like disable, continue and restart. Will also disable the auto continue and restart so that doesn't accidentally happen too. However, when you enable, I guess what you could do is you could say disable that, and then you could say auto CR to enable that one to the default. And then only that will run. Nobody else can trigger the continue or restart. So if I do that, disabled, restart. If I do like the real one though, what does that do? That will still trigger it. If I do that, but if anybody else tries to do the full restart or continue command, it should not work either. Can somebody try those actually? Type out the full continue and the full restart command. One person do one person do the other. Would be nice to have. That's very obviously scoped only to my specific use case though. You're not catering to a 24/7 stream. All right, there you go. Perfect. They've been disabled. Sniped. What were you asking though, Dylan? Would be nice to have a no activity for X minutes starting auto mode feature, so when the stream is dead, it doesn't just sit there idle. Well, speaking of that, Dylan, I think that's where if my experiment with the whole AI thing works, because like for you, think about it for you, for somebody that has a 24/7 stream, if we can create like an auto play mode, right, that detects that there haven't been any like other players playing, we can get the bots that you have in your channel to play and get it to a higher level, so that more people might be inclined to go to your channel, since it's looking more, the game is more active. It's not starting from scratch, right, from the beginning. That could be something beneficial, right? But I need to run that experiment first. It could be like demo mode, like when no one plays the arcade machine games, it's a preview. Yeah, that's an interesting way to say it. Yeah. Yeah. I think that'd be a cool feature for a 24/7 stream. Wasp stream. All right. On that note, though, let's call it for today. I pushed those changes out, so hopefully that maybe will help, having a 2-second grace period on that, you know, timeout cooldown message. But I mean, worst case scenario. I mean, another way to work around that is set the auto CR to be higher than what the minimum is, which is 10 seconds. Or whatever your minimum is for your channel. Like mine is 12 seconds, and that's why I was doing that. So if I set it auto CR to 13 seconds, then I won't get that message anymore, probably. Yeah, I'm glad you were here too, Trent. Thank you for being here, everybody. Appreciate everybody hanging out, playing words. Dylan, I think Leica would like that, so not just cater to your stream. Yeah, there you go. There's a couple of WAS, 24/7 WAS streams that are out there too. So, thank you, Rugmat. Appreciate everybody that was here. Thank you again. Shout out to Fritz for the raid from earlier and folks that joined from there. Ice Cream Stick Model, thank you for the follow. Dylan, thank you for the resub. May, you're on 86 stream streak, according to last stream, by the way. Thank you, everybody that's been lurking, chatting, hanging out, shared their wins of the week. I hope you have a good rest of your Friday and weekend. I will be around in the Discord if you want to keep in touch that way. That's the best way to keep in touch with me when I'm not live. If you want to join up on that, you can use the Discord command in the chat, or go straight to clarkio.com, clarkio.com/Discord for the invite there. That's where we play our dailies like Wordle, Connections, and Poople now. And we need to create one called Shardle or Fartle. So add that to the project list, right? I don't know what you mean by True 86. May. Have a good weekend, all. You too, Sean. Thank you, everybody. We're going to go right into Dylan's stream so you can keep playing words. And thanks for being here while we added some awesome features to the WASP Plus chatbot. You know that other mirror link? Yes. We added a command for that now, by the way, Dolphin. We did that this stream. So if you do !W mirror, that's available in any channel that has the WASP Plus bot now. Oh, 86 stream streak. The one that has chat on it. Yep. So there you go, Dolph. So if you do that in any channel that is using the WASP Plus bot in the chat, you can do the !W mirror command, and you'll get the WASP Plus URL, mirror link URL specific for that channel. I haven't tested it in other channels though, so we can test it in Dylan's next, I guess. All right. All right, everybody. Have a good rest of your Friday and weekend. I'll see you next week. Peace out.
Do it! Just do it! Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it! Make your dreams come true! Nothing is impossible! No, what are you waiting for? Do it! Just do it! Yes, you can! FBI, open up! Do it! Just do it! Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it! Make your dreams come true! Nothing is impossible! No, what are you waiting for? Do it! Just do it! Yes, you can!
Yes! 3, 2,